Hi, this is Lucy, and I want to show you 3 quick cards today. Same design, but they look different in the end, and I'm showing you the whole process because I often change what I'm doing with them. So all of these beautiful products are from Uniquely Creative, and this one's the Story Garden. It's February's kit. It's gorgeous. So here we go. I'm going to start showing you now. So this is the design I want to do for each one, is to rip them and have that torn look. So here I've just decided that I wanted it round the other way, and we'll see whether it fits. And it does. So I make the rectangles a little larger than the actual cards so that it's easy to, if you make mistakes, there's still room to move with it. Here I'm just adding the background and cutting off all the extra edges. I had to check that side to make sure that it didn't have any overlapping. So now I'm just going to pick up some of the creative cuts that come in the scrapbooking kit. There's lots to choose out of, so I'm just playing around. This is my first time doing a voiceover, so you have to excuse me. It's very new to me, very uncomfortable, but hopefully I'll get better at it, and also with the videoing as well, if anybody wants to watch any more of mine in the future. Please let me know. I do have another one, another video with this collection as well, with a different design. I'd love to get a subscriber or two, and if you do like it, please let me know by clicking the like button. And let's keep going. So here I really didn't have a plan for these. All I knew was the rough design of having the torn paper, and the rest of it is all just on the go, which you're seeing my process here. As I said, I am new to YouTube, but I have been card making for many, many years, and I just love it. So I've glued that top part. Now I'm going to be really careful because I'm definitely going to use the rest of that flower. It's beautiful. So just to finish off this card, I'm going to use some of the rhinestones from Uniquely Creative as well. I am on their design team, and I absolutely love it. The papers and all their embellishments are just so beautiful, and I just feel very blessed. So that was card 1 done, and now card 2. I make a big error here. I cross this over, and then I realize the hearts are upside down, and I wanted them to be the smaller part. So I've decided to, I had to swap it over, and then it doesn't fit. So all I do is just keep sort of trying my luck and, choosing different things until it looks completely different to what the original was supposed to be. So here we go. I decided to start putting things down, and then we'll move from there. It does change to what my original thoughts were with just the crafty coloured paper and the hearts, but it's always a good thing. You always have to be ready, don't you, to change it over. So you can probably hear I'm Australian, although I was born in England. Just a little bit of trivia. My sister said not to talk too much, don't be too chatty, so this should be interesting. I'm sure she'll give me feedback. So I already have some die cuts for sentiments, and that's Uniquely Creative die cut as well, the hello, which is, yeah, I just love it, and I use that quite a lot. It also has a friend and thanks dies in the set as well, which I use often. I just feel like it's a really good size for it. So here I am still deciding what to do. That looks quite nice, but it's not what I end up with. So then I come in with another strip of paper and yeah, decide to tear that as well, because I'm going to be going over the torn parts, so you won't see that otherwise. And I really do like that look. The thinner the paper, as in it's not as wide, is much harder to tear than the larger pieces. But so now we have a different look, and I'll just try using moving things around again. As I said, I don't have an idea in mind when I start. I just have a very rough idea, and so I just thought I'd keep in the process of. I forgot to mention as well, my son has COVID at the moment, so he's in his bedroom and my craft room is very close by. So I've decided just to use a few items. I've come down to the dining room to do these, and that's why you won't see me using a die cutting machine or anything like that, because I don't really want to go up there at the moment. We just go and feed him and that's about it. So I'm about to start sticking everything down now, and then the card is almost done. I'm just going to use some foam tape just so that it's got a little bit of height, which is always nice on a handmade card. I do actually have a online store where I sell my cards also, at lovebypaper.com.au, and I've just started. I do digital cards as well as handmade. So there's the first two done, and then we'll get on to the last one. And this time I've decided to do a landscape card. And so I'm just tearing off the top. I'm going to cut this in half, and you'll see I've just swapped them over so that the flower part of it is on the bottom, is on the top part of the card. And then again, I'll choose what I'm going to do. All I had was a rough idea again of like cutting it this way instead, or tearing it this way. So I'm just going to glue down the top part, and then I cut off the sides. I know that a lot of people don't use their knife and ruler as much as I do, but I don't know, after all these years I find that, you know, it's still the quicker and easier way for me sometimes, rather than my guillotine. So yeah, there I go again doing that. So I've added the foam tape to the bottom portion of the card, because that way, you know, it gives more depth, and I can pop more flowers in the top part. So I've just cut that in half, and I'll use both cuts of that. So then I've changed my mind. So yeah, I think that looks quite nice. So I'll start sticking everything down again. What do you think of these papers? Aren't they beautiful? It's so fun. I love pattern paper. I do some mixed media and things occasionally, but mostly I love to make cards with pattern paper. Pretty florals and cute children type papers are my favourites to play with. But I do masculine ones sometimes, so you know, if you're interested in me showing some of those, maybe, yeah, this wasn't as hard as I thought it would be to video. It's just the talk over that's probably the hardest. So I'm using a gel pen here, a white gel pen. I think it's a jelly roll. It's really good. The ink comes out very evenly, so I'm just scribbling around it. Yeah, I find you know, I didn't want it all neat because this is like a torn edge card. So yeah, otherwise, you know, I could use a ruler. So I've kept this in. This is where, you know, sometimes I go, oh, maybe I'll add some extra. But in the end, I didn't feel like any of them suited. It didn't require it. So I took them all out, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll try some other smaller embellishments. These are absolutely gorgeous. I adore these, but they weren't standing out on this card enough, so I then reached for the rhinestones, and then thought, no, I think I'll add in a little bit of gold. And these are beautiful. They're gold rhinestones, and yeah, I just love them. So decided to add a few of those. So these 3 cards, they all basically had the same design, but at the same time they're a little bit different from each other, and I hope that you've really enjoyed watching this. Please let me know, because you know, I'd love to make more if anybody wants to see them. Thank you so much for coming in, having a look at my video. I hope you enjoyed it.